各位同学大家好，欢迎来到学术交流基金会。我们每个礼拜四，大部分的礼拜四都有留学美国相关的讲座。那有时候会有一些美国的学校代表会来这边做介绍。那我们今天呢是很荣幸请到在旧金山的 CCA， 就是 California College of Art 的代表Arts。好，那我们是不是鼓掌欢迎一下 Arts？
Thank you for having. Oh, you want me to speak in this? Yeah, because we. Oh, recording, right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sivan. I'm the Assistant Director to International Admissions at California College of the Arts. Is that loud enough, Clarence? Okay, good. So I'm going to start off with a video of CCA. This video exhibits the Oakland and the San Francisco campus. This video was created by a first-year film student last year. So that's CCA in a nutshell. Our motto is to make art that matters. We want our students to be able to create work that makes a difference in the world today. And that includes architecture, design, writing, and fine arts. We have two campuses, the Oakland and San Francisco campus. We have this little cute shuttle that goes back and forth the campuses. Our Oakland campus is where the first-year students are, so that's where all the freshmen start. It's also where the first-year residence halls are and the fine arts facilities. The San Francisco campus is home to all the design facilities, and the graduate program is located on the San Francisco campus. We do have housing near San Francisco campus, about 10 and 15 minutes away. So in your second year, or graduate students can live in the Harriet Street or California Street that it is we offer. Location plays a big difference in art colleges. We are in the Silicon Valley, and we have a lot of companies that are associated with us. We are a nonprofit private school and one of the largest art, design, architecture, and writing schools in the area. So these companies not only recruit from us, but they also come into the classrooms and work with the students in terms of their design projects, especially in the third and fourth year. They also work with a lot of graduate students in design, DMBA, and in design classes as well. Culture and arts is a huge part of our art scene. We have over 250 art venues that students can go in for exhibitions, and the students are required to exhibit their work during the 4 years that they're at CCA, or in architecture, 5 years. Community plays a huge role in our students' 4 years at CCA, because we are a nonprofit school. We want to teach our students to give back to the community. That's why we are considered an urban campus, where we're open to a lot of the community members coming in and out of our campuses. So our students actually in their third and fourth year will work in community organizations and with community leaders on various projects that they're given, either through the class or on their own time as well. So in the first year, and this is undergraduate, in the first year, our students take basic drawing, 2D, 3D, and 4D, and 2 electives in any of the 21 areas we offer on the undergraduate level. We also have on-campus housing. About 80% of our freshmen will live on campus in the first year. And the main goal of the first year is to develop skill sets in the core curriculum and also build a strong community and a strong community base so that you are more prepared for your second year. The second video I have here is about one of our students' experience in her first and second year at CCA in illustration.
My old self was quiet, rainy, antisocial, like more interested in my own world. When I came here to CCA for freshman year, it was definitely a really great experience because I went from like high school where I wasn't like really with the crowd to where like everybody is like has the same interests as me and the same personality quirks as me, and just like I found where I belong. I started drawing when I fell in love with Jasmine. Jasmine's my favorite princess. I would just go into the playgrounds during elementary school, and I would just sit and draw like my own creatures that I've created, my own characters. I actually do have one character that I've been attached to, but how I see him right now is like a celestial being or like an angel sent from heaven to like watch over us, but he's kind of like gloss hope. I can't ever draw his face how I imagine it, so I would like to do a sculpture. This past summer, the illustration program actually had a live sculpting class, and so it was just great to like see the figure and then sculpting them and learning about the planes of the arms and turning him to something physical. So maybe then he exists outside my head now, so maybe he can exist in a story. With my illustration teachers, I've loved every single one of them, even if like it wasn't noticeable at the beginning.
One learns to paint. How does one learn to paint?
By painting.
By painting.
Being able to experiment and explore and being taught by and guided by people who know what they're talking about.
If I talked about this to anybody other than painters, you'd have no clue what I'm talking about.
You don't want to be taught by someone who's a professional teacher. You want to be taught by a professional illustrator. You want to be taught by a professional artist. You want to be taught by someone who's in the industry right now. Being in the Bay Area, I have access to a lot more artistic environments than I would back in Oregon. I remember there's like a gallery around this campus that was showing an art piece of Marilyn Monroe and like a chicken. It's like really like you could see like the details, like feathers and stuff, but all of it like the glitter and like shiny stuff, and it's just like, what? I didn't know you could do that. Even within the campus, there's like places you can disappear into, and like the creative environment. It was just like really exciting. I came and did the tour of the Oakland campus, which is where now I do the tours. But it was just, I love the nature and how it's like this secluded area within this city. It's nice just to be around something that you love, and then, because then it just makes you happier. So I feel happier here.
So then in your second year, on the undergraduate side, students get to choose their major. Now, some students come and decided, you know what, I'm studying architecture, and that's what I'm going to do. Great. You can start taking architecture classes in your first year. But if you're not decided what it is you want to do, then in your second year, you can decide what major it is you want to major in. And that depends, that will determine which campus you will be on. So if you're taking any fine arts classes and your major is fine arts, then you will be on the Oakland campus. But if you're taking San Francisco-based classes, which are design classes, architecture classes, you will be on the San Francisco campus starting your second year. And this is when you will dive into the skill sets in your major and really start working in your major. In the third year, you will do your junior review, which sets you up for your thesis in your fourth year. And you also work in interdisciplinary electives, which means that you will use your major to connect to other majors. So for example, if you were a graphic design student, you will take classes in writing, you will take classes in illustration, in printmaking, in sculpture, industrial design, even fashion design. Depending on what your interest is, the faculty will guide you in which of the other curriculums you should endeavor yourself in. And then the engage classes are classes that take you outside into the community to work with community leaders and and organizers to give back and to really, dive in to see what it is that the community has to offer and how can you help in every way. So we require our students to do that as well. Now, this is a video of an interaction design class in their third year. You know how when you go in your third year to look for an internship, you go out and find the internship? At CCA, the companies come to us. They come to us and they present on what it is the companies offer, and the students get to select what it is they're interested in. So this is the video that the companies came and presented to our third year interaction design students.
Had Pechacucha, and a Pechacucha is when you present information. You're given 15 slides. So our Pechacucha presentations, they were presented to us. They were from designers in the community, and they were pitches about internships.
And what we're trying to do is help students identify where's the right place for them to intern at, and where's the place they're excited to contribute some of their knowledge and their skills. One of the things that we try to do in the program is bridge the gap between being in school and being in the real world. And that's what internships are all about. We want the students to understand what is it like to do your jobs in the everyday. So we've heard from Facebook, we've heard from Siva, Citrix. We also heard from Google in an interesting way. We heard from Hot Studio, IDEO, you name it.
Very good to be able to talk with the students, but also interact with what they're building and get the story behind that.
So today I came down with one of my colleagues, Matthew, and we're here to try to get ourselves some fantastic interns. I've never seen an event like this before.
It's really showing how much more they have in their repertoire of things they can do. And the students will get hired. And it may not be by us because, they got snapped up by someone else.
Oh my God, it's really exciting. There's, the design leaders of the world are here, and they're all kind of approaching us, and they're all kind of trying to sell us on why we should work at their places. So, yeah, it's really exciting.
So that's in your third year. In your fourth year at CCA, or in architecture, your fifth year, you mainly focus on professional development and internships as well, but also some students start complete their thesis in their fourth year as well. So thesis, internship, professional development, and getting ready to get out and get into the workforce and start a job there. We have quite a few internship opportunities at CCA. Here's just a list, a short list of some of the opportunities our students have done in the past 2 years. So you can see quite a few companies you might be able to recognize up here too. So this is what CCA offers. We have 21 areas of study at the undergraduate level, and we have the areas are in art, design, architecture, and writing. So I'm going to go over a few of them. If there's anything specific that you guys want me to talk about, we're a pretty small group here, so you can make sure you raise your hand and just tell me, and I'll concentrate a little bit more on that. Okay, but here are our accreditations as well, so you can see that we're fully accredited and regionally accredited, and we have the architecture accreditation as well, and the interior design accreditation as well. So that is the highest accreditation you can get for architecture. Okay. So I'm going to start with fine arts. Our fine arts department has about 12 areas of study, and our students are working very interdisciplinary within the fine arts. So students are able to take classes between all the different majors that they offer in the fine arts. And this faculty really do encourage the students to think outside of their major and apply their skill sets outside of the major, especially in fine arts. The big thing about fine Fine Arts is exhibition. We have about 4 exhibition areas on campus for our students in the Fine Arts department to exhibit in. Animation is one of our bigger majors in the Fine Arts, and also photography, painting and drawing, sculpture as well. Animation, we have a Pixar's connection. Photography has been at the school for over 100 years. We're over 100 years old. We're a pretty old school, too. Painting and drawing was one of our first majors at CCA as well. And our president is a painter himself. So he, you know, in addition to running the school, he also has his own exhibitions every year. He has about 2 to 3 exhibitions every year, too. The architecture department contains architecture and interior design. It's a 5-year NAB accredited program. The architecture program concentrates in eco design, technology, and urban design. And our students are taking up to 5 semesters of 18 credits. So it's a pretty rigorous program, and in most cases they're required 2 sets of internships. The interiors program is a really cool program because our students are very much more marketable because they are connected to architecture in addition to interiors. Last year, our interior students, 98% of them had jobs in the field before they graduated, so they did really, really well. Yeah. Design at CCA, we have fashion, furniture, graphics, illustration, industrial, and interaction. Our fashion program concentrates more on the design and sustainable concepts. Graphic design, our students don't have one set area because they move all over the campus. They are sort of considered like project managers. They have their own laptops. Graphic design and architecture are required their own laptops on campus. And they work with all different kinds of majors, so that's why they don't have a set area on campus to work with. Our illustration program is also one of our pretty older programs and one of the most popular ones we have after graphic design. Have you guys seen the DreamWorks logo? You know, the little boy with the fishing rod? That was created by the chair of our illustration program. Industrial design at CCA ID is a very, very popular major. We have sponsored studios by Nike, Puma, Dyson, Apple have come in and, you know, taken over studios in the 3rd and 4th year of the students studying at CCA. And interaction design is our newest major on campus. It hasn't had a graduating class yet. And the students, interaction design is human interaction with interface. So it does a little bit of programming, it does a little bit of gaming, it does all kinds of different things, especially it's also behavioral design in a way. You can think about it in those terms as well. And we have a hybrid lab on campus that connects design with mechanics too, specifically for this major. For our ID majors and architecture majors, we have what is called the materials library. So every time a material is created in the world, a piece of it is kept in that library. So industrial designers, graduate students in the design program can also access those resources when they're creating different things that they're working on, different projects as well. Yeah? And then we have writing. We have visual studies and writing and literature. Visual studies is art history, and writing and literature is creative writing. So we don't have journalism, though. It's not the same as journalism. One of the big things about CCA is we have quite a bit of humanities and sciences. So in addition to the studio classes, 40% of the curriculum is in the humanities and sciences. So you will be taking math, science, psychology, philosophy, literature, history, things like that. But they're all connected in the art, so they're not the regular kinds of things you learn in high school or in college. They're more connected to the major that it is you're studying, right? So when I look at your applications on the undergraduate side, I am looking at your portfolios, and I'm also looking at your academics, because both of those are very important to CCA's admissions process. Okay? So this is a few statistics on our alumni. 78% of our students work in the art field. 82% of our alums are able to find jobs in the first year of graduation. So knock on wood, our kids do pretty well once they're done in school here. So. We're also ranked by pay scale as our alums being the highest paid in the US too. So that makes sense if you think about it, because we're in one of the most expensive areas of the US. So if you're graduating from there and you're trying to get a job in that area, you're probably going to make quite a bit of money. So, you know, that kind of makes sense for that. This is some areas that our alums work in and the kinds of titles that they have too. So to give you a sense of, you know, what it is you'll be doing after graduation. This is one of our alums, Tim Perks, who works in Nike. He designs all the Nike stores in Asia. So I don't know if you recognize, but that's the Beijing Nike store, and the one on top is the one in Seoul. So he's been working there for over 6 years now, quite a long time. This is Mai. She is a fine artist. She just graduated from CCA, and she did painting and drawing, and she worked in textiles and in printmaking too. And she created the pattern that Anthropology bought for their new collection here. This pattern came out in 2013, this year. This is Nate, and he works at Tippett Studios. He's worked on all these movies here. You guys have seen them? Sort of, yeah? Okay, cool. So here are the facts and figures of CCA. We're 1,900, so we're really small. Very small school. So if you're comparing us to RISD, Parsons, Pratt, CalArts, Art Center, we're the smallest of the lot. We're a really small school. So our faculty to student ratio is 1 to 10. So it's really, really small again. Our classes are not, our core studio classes are not more than 18 students, and they're very, very particular about that. The faculty know your name the first week of class. If you don't attend class, I will know, and I will come looking for you. So it's a very close-knit community. Even on the graduate side, it's even closer because graduates are about 400 total on campus, and the rest is all undergraduate. So it's a very, very small community here. And 80% of our students live on campus, and we're 18% is international. Okay? This last class that came in, 22% of the students, freshman class, was international. Okay? So we do have summer opportunities. We have two kinds. One is a pre-college. So if you're in 10th or 11th grade and want to, you know, think about CCA and come to campus and see what it's like to take classes there, you are invited for a 4-week program. And you can come and take very specific classes in graphic design, you know, or industrial design, architecture, photography, printmaking, whatever it is you're interested in. And then we also have a conditional admission option because we have very high TOEFL requirements too. So students that score a little bit below the TOEFL requirements that we have are conditionally admitted to CCA through a 6-week program. And this goes for the grad and the undergraduate side. And they, the two things that you learn in the 6 weeks, one is the English part, 2 is the art studio and critique part. So for the undergraduates, they prepare you for the first year, and graduates, they prepare you for your first entry into graduate school too. So it's a big advantage in taking that class, even if you're not conditionally admitted to CCA. I have on the undergraduate side usually about 40 to 45 students in that class, and on the graduate side between 10 to 10 to 15, sometimes 20 students in that class as well. Okay. So these are our admission requirements on the undergraduate side, which you will see are very similar to the graduate, except graduate is very specific, and I don't memorize each one of those sides because they change every year. But undergraduate doesn't change. We have an application which is online. The personal essay on the undergraduate side, we have a very specific topic that you can follow, or you can talk about your skill sets and why it is you're interested in CCA and studying in the area that you're interested in. Portfolio is required. 2 letters of recommendation, one from either an art teacher and one from your counselor or your academic teacher would be great too. And your official high school transcripts, just make sure that everything is translated to English so I can read it. It doesn't have to have grades in American because I can translate those grades, evaluate them from, if you're coming from a Taiwanese school, into the American system, so I can do that part. And then the TOEFL scores are up there. So for undergraduate, we need 79. For graduate, it's about 100. And the big deadline for undergraduate is February 1st. For graduate is January 5th. For undergraduate, we have 2 intakes, spring and fall. For graduate, we only have 1, which is fall. Okay. Do you guys know the difference between spring and fall? Okay. Cool. So on the undergraduate side, the portfolio requirements are 10 to 15 of your best pieces. That is what I want to see. We're a little bit of a different school. We don't have 10 different requirements. I know you're looking at me weird. But we are really just the kind of school that wants to see your best work on the undergraduate side. Why? Because we don't want you to fit to us. We want to fit to you, in a way. So you show us what you do best, and then we will make sure that we can put in the skill sets that you need where you're missing them, right? So that's why we don't say I need 5 of this, 6 of this, 7 of this, 8 of this. We don't have any of those requirements. Our requirements are very simple. Your best and most recent work, 10 to 15 of those, right? So you want to put some drawings in because drawings are really important, and you want to make sure that you have completed pieces. We don't normally look at sketchbooks unless you have completed pieces in your sketchbook, but we really want to see your best and most recent work. So you start off with drawings, then go into your more creative pieces, and then sort of end with a big project that you did, you know, in your class, in your art classes. Yeah? Guys have any questions about that? Okay. So this is the funding side, and so CCA is a nonprofit school. So we give out about 20 million in scholarships and financial aid. On the international side, about 72% of our students are able to get some kind of merit-based scholarship. So all international students that complete the application and send in all those documents that I listed previously to us by February 1st, and they're ready to go on my desk, they will be considered for a merit-based scholarship. And you are considered from 7,000 to 20,000. So say, for example, you get 10,000, then you'll get 10,000 every year. Every year. So you get 40,000, but in architecture, you'll get 50 because it's a 5-year program. Yeah? And the scholarships are based off of your academics and your portfolio. Yeah? And that's my contact information. So we have a lot of brochures back there, and we also have my cards back there. So let me know what questions you have. Show you. Let me see if I have the internet connection here still. Okay, so if you go to our main website, cca.edu. Let me show you. Give me 1 second here. Sorry. So if you go to our main website, cca.edu, and you click on admissions, undergraduate, okay, and you go to application requirements there. Okay? So you can see we have application letters of recommendation, and portfolio. You see up here, it says apply now. You'll click on that, and that's the online application. Both grad and undergrad, anybody can go in there. And then you fill out the online application there, okay? The personal essay, you will upload it on the online application as well. The transcripts you will mail to us, so you can FedEx or DHL those original sealed copies to us. 2 letters of recommendation, it depends on your professors. Sometimes they want to write it and then mail it. Sometimes they don't mind doing it online, so it depends on their preference there. And then portfolio you will do online as well. So if you scroll down here, you can see that it says this is the requirements for application. This is the essay topic here, right? You scroll down, it says these are the transcript requirements there too. So everything I've just said, it is also written down there. And then the portfolio is submitted using slides. Okay, so you click on that, create your account, and you upload it. All of that, when you submit it, it comes to our office, and they make a file, and they put that file on my desk, and then I review. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't clear, my bad. Okay. And then TOEFL, you will mail from ETS, will send it to us. Yeah. And do electronic, it's easy. Yeah. Or IELTS, either one is fine. Any other questions? Was my presentation that good that I answered all your questions?
I have a question. So we have counseling, I have homework for undergraduate students. How about graduate students?
Everybody. So graduate students are mostly on the San Francisco campus. So if you go to Campus Life up here, and you go to Residential Life there, there's all the housing information is here. But if you want to see the residence halls, you can go to residence halls. And for graduate students, it's Harriet Street. So you can click on that and read about, the amenities and what it is they offer. Yeah. So for each one of the residence halls. Freshmen are in Clifton Hall, Avenue Apartments, and Irvine. And Harriet and California are in San Francisco. Okay, so freshmen can stay in Irvine Hall, in Avenue Apartments, and Clifton Hall. The Harriet and California is for San Francisco, usually second-year students and graduate students. It's about 10 to 15 minutes away from campus. So we don't have housing on campus. Please keep in mind, we're an urban campus. Even though we're private, we're still considered an urban campus. So we're very open to the community. Our Oakland campus is closed in. It has a wall and, it's very private there. But our San Francisco campus is very design-based. So it's a very open campus too. Yes?
Do you accept the transfer student?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So,
which year?
Any year, depending on when they want to transfer. Now, for transfers, no, it's the same requirements. So the same. Huh? The only extra requirement is that they have 15 to 20 pieces. That's it. But on average, most students submit 15 pieces. Yeah. Our application process, knock on wood, is not that hard. So you can do it pretty easily. We don't try to make life any harder than it already is, because all the other schools are asking for 10 different things. We just want it to be a very simple process. Yeah. So our transfer students, sir, it is best if they transfer to us after their first year at university, because we have a foundation year, especially if they're coming from Taiwan, that they don't do a lot of art history and stuff in Taiwan. So the issue becomes that they come in their second year in terms of studio, but then are still first year in terms of academics. So it kind of like puts them off the schedule a little. So let me show you. For example, let's say we were talking about a student that is interested in graphic design. All right, so if you go to the graphic design department, under curriculum here, you will see that the chart is here. So this is the 4-year chart for graphic design, right? This part is all the humanities and sciences, all the history, literature, science, math, everything. This part up here is the first year curriculum, so basic drawing 2D, 3D, and 4D, true lectures, and all of that is all here. So this part and this part is the same for all 21 undergraduate majors. It's that part that changes for everyone, right? So the graphic design student coming from Taiwan will most likely start in their second year, most likely, because the faculty have to determine not only skill sets in terms of portfolio, but they also have to determine skill sets in terms of what is their conceptual part as well. So most likely they'll start in second year, but then they have to do this here. So that's where they're a little slightly. Yeah? But I'm happy to work with you or your students that are interested. And if you send me their transcripts, I can give you a slight idea of where it is they will start. But please remember, graphic design, industrial, architecture, interiors are very, very picky about who they accept transfer credits from. Others programs are a little okay, but these other programs will most likely not accept. So it's all, but I always ask. It's always good to ask, though. Yeah? Yeah. Any other questions? These are really good questions. And you can ask graduate questions, too. Do you know, so other resources to keep in mind is campus life. Here you can see that we have quite a few student activities too, so if you wanted to see what our student organizations are doing, you can click on student organizations and see all the different organizations. You can see that we have a Taiwanese Student Association. They're very, very active on campus. They're almost as active as the Korean Student Association. We do a lot of different events on campus too. So you can see all the different clubs and stuff we have there. We also have the Career Development Office here, so they're very responsible for the students and where it is they're going to go next. So the Career Office will put on what is called the Career Expo. So you can see that, and here you can see the companies that they, the companies that they invite are listed here. So if you just wanted to see, you know, which companies came this year for our Career Expo, you can see all the different companies, click on them and read about them as well. Okay? You will realize that a lot of companies are startups. The Bay Area is really known for its startup industry. Like Facebook started in the Bay Area, Google started in the Bay Area, Apple started in the Bay Area. About 40% of the venture capital, the money that venture capitalists want to invest, is in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. So that's why programs like DMBA and the design program do so well, because they are looking for venture capitalists. They're looking for people who want to start their own companies here. So you will see a lot of those companies are recruiting from us. And also, if you want to see the internship list again that I showed you, you can see it here as well. Any other questions? Oh, come on, I know you have questions. This is a good time to ask. We're a small group, so it's easier. Our academic calendar is here too, so if you want to plan the tickets to when you want to fly, the holidays and stuff, you can always look at the academic calendar to know when we close, when we open. Okay, what else do you guys want to know? Our website is very detailed, so take some time to read about it. Let me go into the graduate program for a little bit here. So if you go to programs of study, graduate programs, and you go to DMBA, some of the things you should research are, of course, the application, the faculty, the advisory board, all of those things that are there. But also down here, there are a few things that you should look at. The DMBA Insight is a really cool website. It talks about students' projects. So you can see under projects up here, projects up here, you can see the kinds of projects our students in the Design Strategies program are doing. So you can click on the project and read about it. So that way you have a good understanding of what to expect in the program. And it also helps you write your essay too, because then you know what kind of student we're looking for. The other thing here is also the resources. Sorry, no, not the resources. Sorry, the community here. And so, if you wanted to see what our alums in the program are doing, you can click on their LinkedIn profile and look at it as well.
So I have some questions. So in my college, we have a studio for students who work there. So do you offer a studio for students who
Well,
work?
DMBA students have an area on campus that they can work in, but DMBA students are only on campus for 4 days in a month doing work. Apart from that, they're out into the community working on their projects, so they don't require a space. Design has a space, a huge space, and each one gets an area.
And how about because I saw that in the video, so you have the